one thing, just give me a reason. Knowing you're mad, I'm undefeated. Top dog, making it even. Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no loss. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the home of the Ravens. Sold out M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Straight ahead, it's a clash to decide the AFC's representative in the Super Bowl. And it'll be a great one between the Cleveland Browns and the Baltimore Ravens. The winner here goes to the Super Bowl, and we'll know soon enough which team that'll be as we are underway in the AFC title game. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Here we go. Set. 50. Plan. And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength. Set. Go.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Time will tell if that's an interception that rattles the rookie here. First drive on the road.
And you know the discussion going into the game? Centered on, okay, let's get out nice and easy, take care of the football, we're on the road. You're a youngster, let's not make mistakes early. But now the conversation will shift to, okay, put it behind you, move on. Long way to go in this one.
Alert 3. Check 43.
They'll run on first down. Swift eventually wrangled down before reaching the 20, but a strong run. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop. Check. 49, check 49, check 49. Tighten up. Joker here. Joker.
On second down now, Swift, and able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Set, ready. 60 outlaw. Check. 53 is Mike. Guys, it's game situation. Let's go. Under crunch. Watch out. Wide. Get wide. Watch out.
On third down, Swift, and he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a first down. They needed a yard, they got it, first down. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of down. 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
Check 9. Check.
On first down, Swift, and he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, These pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Go, some motion. Mike, 53. 53, Mike. Ricky, go.
On second down, Swift. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
70 ending. Number 53, Mike, 53. We ain't giving up nothing today. Check 13. Check 13. Watch the safety creep. Check 53, Mike.
To throw is Jackson. To throw on third down. Eluding the pressure right. He may try and run. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. Well, we knew they had the crowd on their side. Their defense has already made a stop, but now here's an opening drive touchdown.
Yeah, how about the defense making the stop, offense feeling their momentum that they've generated, and turning it into points on their side. So now you've got a team working together, and you got the crowd involved fully on their side in this ball game.
And in this playoff atmosphere, that 12th man means even more. This is fielded at the goal line. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. Not the start that they were hoping for. The interception on the first play of the game. It leads to 6 points the other way. How do you rebound? Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. He'll drop to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker, and he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. And this defense looking like they have come to play the pick six, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visits. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Ski. That's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
49. Set high. Ready.
A first carry now for Nick Chubb. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit, and find our way back into this game.
Red.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it. He's crashing. He's checking crash. No. Off. Check it out, read.
Chubb on the counter. And he went nowhere. Well, he backwards, back to the 33. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. And defensively, Baltimore's in a dime look here on third. They'll try the draw now with Chubb. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Man left, man left. Hey, 4 down, 4 down. Check. Squeeze, get in there. Set hut. Ready, go.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
That's what I do. Check safety, check safety. See it. Flare.
They give the Chubb out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On the ready. 55. Right there in the middle. 55. Drop deep, drop deep. Watch twist. Watch twist.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
Here we go. 18 Davis. What we got? What we got? What we got?
He'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Hatchet, hatchet. Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Mike 51.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Mack Wilson able to run him down for a loss of a yard.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens.
53 is the mic. 53 is the mic. Here we go, G. Get off the field. Slam, slam, slam. Kill, 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 kill. Ball trot.
Jackson now on 3rd down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared
to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. 2nd and 2. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Montez Sweat in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead.
15 Lonnie, 15 Lonnie. 6-man. Check curls, check. Ready, ready. Ready, go.
On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
SOS, SOS, SOS. SOS, SOS, SOS. He's checking, he's checking, he's checking. Crash, you're out.
AFC title game, second quarter action, 2 minutes to play.
Let's go. Let's go.
A reminder, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report in a bit. The coach is with us per usual as we start to look ahead. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Let's go. 6 yards. It's our time. It's our time. Check 3, check 3, check 3. 36, 36. Check 3, check 3, check 3. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Kill, kill, kill.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. They'll step off the 5 yards.
Yeah, partner, you know, defensive end, He wants to get into the offensive backfield. He wants that get off to be as fast as possible. A little too quick on that one.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5.
Check, 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 check. Check 31, check 31. Slam, slam, slam. Whip, 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 whip. Watch the whip. Showing it, showing it.
They'll try the left side. Swift. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
Here we go.
Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
Ready? Let him know, let him know. Let him know, let him know. Set, hut. Bang, 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 bang. Check 52. Jam, 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 jam. Shit, boom. Shit. Hut, hut. Check, hut.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
On the ready. Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go. Check Mike 99, Mike 99. You don't want none of that. Give me it. Pick up the ball. Shoot, shoot. Slam, slam.
On 2nd and 12, Jackson. That's going to be caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. He got 29 yards that time.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
Come. Ready, go. Ready.
They'll run it with Williams. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Jamal Williams taking it in as the Ravens push further out in front.
We know that the big guys won't get the credit, Brandon, but we also know that that touchdown belongs to them. Excellent job of clearing the way for their running back.
Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. 2nd and 6. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Montez Sweat able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. And with a 3rd and 14, we have 6 defensive backs out there now defensively. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. Here's Jamie Gillandale as he's on to punt for Cleveland. This is taken at the 23. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
That was signaling a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
53 is the mic. 53 is the mic. And we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet. Check. Crunch. 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 Sponge. 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 No, no, no. Check 24. Check 24. Short, short. Mike, 53. 53. Mike, Mike. So don't say nothing. Let's go, let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. I got him.
Jackson from the shotgun. Forced out to his left. He's going to take off with it. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
At the 47-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up second and 2.
We're ready. 15 running, 15 running. Check 53's Mike. That's it. Back for the offense. Let's go. 53's the Mike. 53. Check 53. Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run. He's coming. He's coming. He's coming. We got double up. Double up. Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Check.
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. Flush to his right. He'll try and run it. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. So we are halfway home to figuring out who will represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. One more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt Trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be stopped just shy of the 25 with a penalty marker down. Here's the call. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10.
Check hot route. Hot, hot. Check, 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 check. Hopper. Hopper. Back, back, back. 25. Check 25. Check 25. Check Mike 99. Mike 99. You must be getting tired of seeing it.
Jackson now. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Mack Wilson picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go into the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Check 24. Check 24. Big edge, big edge, big edge. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
Here's Jackson. And he's going to go down again. Mack Wilson able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Now that's the way to start the 2nd half. Back-to-back sacks. Whatever the halftime speech was, I hope they recorded it.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens.
Hey, alert 3, alert 3.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. He's going deep for Brown. And that's caught inside the 35. And all touchdown. Marquise Brown, 78 yards as the Ravens push further out in front. On this stage, conference championship game, every play is magnified, and that was a big play.
No doubt about it. One thing that has these guys a step away from a shot in the big game, their big play ability. They can strike from anywhere.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 28-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Browns drive about to get started. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Terrific run from one of the fastest backs in the game today, a guy who keeps defensive coordinators up at night, no doubt.
Remember when we were meeting with the D coordinator before the game and all he talked about was run fits, making sure our guys were in the right place so there were no creases?
They missed their fits, didn't they?
Yeah, there was no fit there. The only fit was at the end when he threw his headset down after that big run. It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Landry that time, but now it's 3rd and goal. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. A big play to start the drive got them in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's 3rd and goal.
Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist. Twist, twist. Kill.
From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Browns get a score closer. Extra point up and through. And it's now a 28-7 ball game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
You ready?
At their own 22-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Here we go. 50 set. 10, Tuscan. Kill. Touchdown. Come on. Touchdown. Check. Fresno. Rush in. Smoke.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson. And that is incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Right here, guys. Fight 51. Mike 51. I got you, boy. I got you, boy. Check. Lucky. Kill. Sherman Armin. Check 26. 6 guy. Check 6 guy.
Operating from the gun, Jackson. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Go. Let's go. Now the wolf. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike 53. Come on. You better bring it. Switch. Check 50.
This is Breida on the draw. And not a lot of daylight. Not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Watch the pass. 53's the Mike. 53. Check 53. I'm coming. Hey, switch gears. Off. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. 53's the Mike. 53's the Mike.
Operating from the gun. Wide open receiver complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 23 yards the pickup there.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do, and cuts towards the middle of the field, and now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
On 1st down, here's Breida. About 3 yards there to the 27.
3rd quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
At the 27-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Mike 53. I got you.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard.
Switch.
They go play action with Jackson. He'll buy some time right. He can run for it, and he will. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
That's another Baltimore first down. First and goal at the 8-yard line.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. 1 quarter remains for the right to go on to the Super Bowl. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Play action. Now Jackson. Steps away. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Sione Takitaki. What a play by him. That's a loss of 17.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on second and goal, back even further.
Team showed up. Under 10, under 10, 10. Hey, watch the edge, watch the edge. Alert 3, alert 3.
Throwing is Jackson. Flushed out right. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
53 is the mic. 53 is the mic. Man, I got you. Check 43. Check. 49, check 49, check 49. Mike, 53, Mike. Think you gonna get this, boy? You think you gonna get this?
Third and goal, Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Pretty good job escaping the pressure. Gets him 15 yards on the scramble, but now it's fourth down.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and that will extend the lead out to 24. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on,
one?
what does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
The Browns drive about to get started, and they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They have to make a few additional changes along the way, because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
On the double. Watch 49. Hey, tighten down. There you go. Let's go.
They'll look to throw now on first down. They set up the screen to Chubb. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 30. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Here we go.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Right. Get wide. Watch out. Set go. Ready, go.
A run for Nick Chubb. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got. Check 9. 22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber. Check. Go. I got you. 49's the mic. Watch 49. I'm coming after you. Set hut. Let hut.
And again, it's Chubb. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Watch the screen. Check. Switch it. Blue dog Corker. Ready.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long.
Watch the safety creep. 80 weapons.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Topper. Ready.
Following the penalty, Chubb. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. 3 yards won't be enough here, as that'll bring up 4th down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
Race don't travel.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation, probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they call the field general.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Just like that. Shift. Watch the shift. Check 4.
And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
This was the goal before they started the season, to play in a Super Bowl, and that's exactly what they're going to do.
And this is why songs are written about teams. Okay, you go back, some teams wrote them earlier in the season about their goal of getting to the Super Bowl. This one, they're going to be able to break it out now because their goal was to get there, and they achieved it. How about that? That's pretty fantastic.
And that will do it for this one. For Charles Davis, myself, and the entire crew, we'll see you in 2 weeks at the Super Bowl.